Jenny Saville, The Human Body Without Illusion 4. Why are people so uncomfortable with real bodies? Not idealized bodies, not perfected bodies, real ones, bodies that stretch, bruise, age, swell, and carry the marks of living. For Jenny Saville, this discomfort became the center of her art. Born in Cambridge in 1970, Saville emerged as part of the young British artists, a generation known for confronting audiences directly. But unlike artists who used shock through objects or installations, Saville returned to something ancient, painting the human body. Yet the bodies she painted were unlike the polished figures of classical tradition. They were massive, physical, unfiltered, impossible to ignore. 4. Saville studied at the Glasgow School of Art and later at the University of Cincinnati. During this time, she became fascinated by anatomy, surgery, medical imagery, and the psychology of physical appearance. This fascination transformed her work. Rather than presenting the body as ideal beauty, Saville painted flesh as reality. Heavy flesh, layered flesh, vulnerable flesh. Her work connects strongly to neo-expressionism. Brushstrokes become emotional. Paint itself feels alive. The surface of the canvas twists, smears, and pushes outward, as though the body cannot remain contained. This creates an intense physical presence. Looking at a Saville painting does not feel passive. It feels confrontational. 4. There is also a profound psychological dimension to her work. Modern culture constantly pressures people to edit, control, and perfect their appearance. Saville does the opposite. She enlarges imperfections. She exaggerates flesh. She reveals the body in states society often tries to hide. This forces viewers to confront their own relationship with physicality. Why does softness make some people uncomfortable? Why do scars or weight carry social judgment? Why is beauty so narrowly defined? Her paintings expose these anxieties directly. Saville was influenced by artists such as Lucian Freud and Peter Paul Rubens. From Freud came psychological intensity. From Rubens came the sensual weight of flesh and movement. But Saville pushes both influences into contemporary territory. Her figures are fragmented, layered, and sometimes almost collapsing into abstraction. The body becomes not just anatomy, but emotion itself. 4. Many of her paintings also explore identity in a deeper sense. Faces blur together, limbs overlap, gender becomes less fixed. This reflects a modern psychological reality, that identity is not always stable or easily defined. The body changes over time. The self changes over time. Saville captures this instability with extraordinary honesty. At first, some critics reacted with discomfort. Her paintings were considered too excessive, too raw, too aggressive. But over time, her work became recognized as one of the most important contributions to contemporary figurative painting. Because she restored something many feared losing, the emotional power of the human figure. 4. In the end, Jenny Saville reminds us that the body is not an object to perfect. It is a record of emotion, memory, vulnerability, pressure, desire, and survival. Her paintings do not offer fantasy. They offer confrontation. And perhaps that is why they remain so powerful, because in a world obsessed with flawless images, Jenny Saville paints the courage of being real.